Hello guys, welcome to this webinar session. My name is Damilola Aroshola and I'll be the one hosting you today. So I'll be teaching you on cold email tactics that will win you great good deals. Yes, we all want to seal deals. We all want to seal partnerships that will skyrocket our revenue. So the thing is that you need some tactics, because you just don't bump people with emails and expect response, and that's exactly what I'll be talking about today. So if you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. I won't be able to read live, or I won't be able to answer any question live, but I'm very sure my team will do as much as possible to answer all the questions that drop in the comment section. So let's dive deep into this fast. So the question is, what is a cold email? A cold email is an email that you send to a potential customer that you had no prior relationship with. So for example, let's say you want to partner a GTB, for example. You want to sell maybe a digital marketing tool to their marketing department. All you have to do, and you need to reach out to the marketing head. So maybe you get the marketing, you get the head, you get his phone number, or no, I mean his email address for somebody, and you're about to send that email. Or the email that you're sending expecting a response is a cold email. A cold email is synonymous to a cold call, but it's much less intrusive. So a cold call is you just picking up the phone and expecting that person to answer you almost immediately. But a cold email is less intrusive because you might not get a response, because you're telling the person, if you want, you can respond. If you want, you don't have to. Now the next question would be, what is cold email spamming? Because that's what I get a lot. After I talk about cold emails, the next question that I get after that is cold email spamming? Well, cold email is not actually spamming, because when you spam people, it means that you are sending a bulk email to, let's say you have 100 list of people and you want to send emails to them. Maybe you're sending that same email to 100 people at a time. That's called spamming, and you should not be doing that, because when you get flagged, then maybe your account will be blocked. But a cold email is actually sending emails to qualified prospects, in the sense that you have profiled this person, you've learned a little about this person, you've researched about this person, and you're sending emails to them. So that is simply a cold email, and it's quite different from spamming. So now the next thing will be, how do you craft the perfect email that get the best response? So that's what I'll be talking about basically today. And the first thing you're going to be doing is to always stay professional. Always remain professional. Always be professional. When you're sending an email to anybody, don't use your personal email address. Don't use at gmail.com. Don't use at yahoomail.com. Don't use Damilola at yahoomail.com, because people will see you as unprofessional. And if you want response from people, if you want people to take you seriously, you need to send emails from your business email. So for example, let's say I have a business called Damilola Ventures. Then I will have to send an email from Damilola at Damilola Ventures for people to even take me seriously. So if you want to get a response from your email, or from your email, you have to stay professional. And that's where I'm going to talk to you about the email hosting. We have this package, or we have this product at Ugos called email hosting. Email hosting allows you to send emails to people with a professional touch. So you don't need a website to actually send that email. So all you have to do is to configure this email address, and you can start sending emails with your professional address or with your business address without actually having a website majorly, and you can start as low as 400 naira per month or something. So you can check our website for much more information. And I think we're going to put okay, you should get a pop-up very soon giving you an offer to get the email hosting. So the next thing would be to prospect like a smart geek. So at Ugos, we use different tools to actually prospect our audience, or to actually prospect who we want to send emails to. So for example, like I said, you want to send email to the head of a marketing team at GTB. All you have to do is to actually look for a way to find this person, find details about this person, and also, you know, before sending your email. So for us, we use tools like LinkedIn, we use Google Alerts, we use Twitter, we use Google Search, we use a lot of tools to actually prospect this client before we send emails. And there's this thing I would like to talk to you about, which is a trick that you can, you know, pull with a Google search. It's called Boolean Google search. So how do? You just type in this what's it called? It's like a sequence that you type in into Google. So for example, you type site linkedin.com/IN, which is in quotes. You put in quotes what you're looking for. So for example, you can choose your queries, you can choose CEO, you can choose Lagos, or whatever you want to. So let's say you're looking for a CEO that is in Lagos, for example. All you have to do is to put in the site address that you're looking for, put in the queries that you're looking for. Let's say you're looking for CEO Lagos GTB. So all you're putting, or let's say no, GTB is not, let's say you're looking for people in GTB. So you put marketing, like marketing in quotes, and GTB. Then maybe you can put Lagos. It depends, or maybe you can put Nigeria. So that way, Google fetch out people on LinkedIn with these queries that you have put in. So this is an example of what Boolean Google search means, and it works a lot for us, especially if from the ground stage where we are looking for who we are sending emails to. Then the next thing is to write enticing subject line. Subject line will result into how many people will open your email. Your subject line needs to be concise, it needs to invite curiosity, and you need to be honest about what you're putting, or what the body of the email. You don't have to mislead people to click or open your email, because once they click or open it, you probably will not get a response when it's misleading. But it has to be concise, it has to be straight to the point, and it has to invite curiosity. So for example, you can say, for example, when you're prospecting a head of GT, you know, a head of GT wants to improve the marketing of GTB. So what you're sending in the mail is like basic tools that will, for example, I'm just saying, an enticing subject line can be crazy tool that we just found out that will double your marketing traffic goals for 2019. So that way, because you're putting in the team leads, you know, is always curious of ways that will improve their marketing. So and you have a marketing tool that you want to send to them, that might be a very, very good topic or subject line that will invite him to open the email. The next thing, okay, before that, we use this headline analyzer to actually test out the the headline that we are writing, or the the subject line that we are writing, to actually see how effective it can be. So this headline analyzer actually gives an average score to your headline if it's good enough, and maybe, you know, you can have a better reply rate. So it's called Code Schedule. If you want to check it out, just type in Code Schedule headline analyzer in Google, and I'm very sure that will be the first thing that you will see. The next thing that you want to do is to write an interesting, convincing email. So when you're writing your email, you have to make sure that your email explains the purpose. It has to answer what's in it for me. So for example, when I was talking, you have to, when I was telling you about the head of marketing at GTB, you have to make sure that you are putting into interest what is in it for the head of the GTB marketing department. All what he needs to know is how does your tool, improve his marketing goals, improve driving traffic or something that he wants to achieve. So that's basic for anything that you're doing. Then avoid using first person pronoun like I, we, or our. Use words like you, yours, because that way you're speaking to somebody, because that's the person that you want to speak to, and that way you write a better, convincing email. Another thing that you want to do is to provide a reason why you are reaching out. So when you ask somebody to do you a favor, for example, you have to, when you want to be successful at that, you have to provide a reason to it. So, for example, when I say, okay, I even made an example here. Can I use your copying machine first? Can I use the copy machine first? Because I need to make a copy. You understand? Because you're already giving a reason for why you're reaching out. It gives that person, it spawns that person to actually responding to all or to your email. You understand? So after which is still in the email body, still where you need to write a convincing email body. You provide reasons why you are reaching out to that person, and it works a lot. Another way is to use their names more than once. So there's this quote from Dale Carnegie. It says, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. So remember that when you're writing an email, it means that when you're pronouncing that person's name over and over again, there's this self-perception that it brings out of that email, that it exudes, that when people see their names on paper or something, that is sent to them, there's this connection that it brings to the email. I'm sure you might have come across something like this before. And some people even when they are writing emails, I've seen emails where someone puts in on the subject line the person's name. So for example, Damilola, this is a very good tool that you might want to check out, because that way pronouncing my name will majorly make me want to see, okay, what does this person have to say with the subject line, and it works a lot. Okay, so guys, before I go to the next thing, please drop in your comments or drop in your questions if you have any in the comment section, and my team will be willing to answer all of your questions. I can see some are already dropping in, so and they are doing justice already. Okay, so the next one is include a call to action. So after you have written a very, very good headline, you have written a very good body, the next thing is to include a call to action. What do you want to happen again? What do you want that person to what's the next step you want that person to take? So after you have convinced that person, or after you have talked a little about what you do, what you want from that person, the next thing is, what is the next thing that you want that person to do? Is to reply the email, right? So that way, you need to give that person what the person to do. Should the person book a phone call with you? Should the person, do you want to ask for a meeting, a one-on-one meeting? Do you want to ask for the person will love a trial? Do you want, if the person wants to add more information? So that a call to action will do a lot. After you have created this good body, you need to ask that, okay, ask yourself, put yourself in the person's shoe, what would you have done next? Or what would you want that person to do next? So that if you put a call to action, you are going to have a higher percentage of a response rate. Then the last thing I think is to I think this is the last thing. Let me check. Okay, yeah, the last thing is to keep it short and simple. Make sure that you're not talking about a gibberish thing, who you are, your company, blah blah blah. Make it very short. The person that you're writing to is very busy, so be mindful of that person's time. Make it short, and your call to action should prove if the person wants more information, or if the person wants if the person wants a trial or something. You understand? Make this thing short. Don't beat about the bush. Don't beat about. Go straight to the point. Use short phrases, and that way you can engage with that person and expect a higher response rate. And in conclusion, if you follow all these steps, I am very, very, very sure your response rate will be higher than it used to be before. I think why we have increased our response rate to about 150 to about 200%, which is very, very good for us. And we are also even getting better at things to see where we can, improve our response rate. So I hope I've been able to do a lot of justice to all of the questions that you might be asking yourself. If you have any questions and we can't take during this webinar, we've been answering, or my team has been responding to a lot of questions. But if you have any questions that we could not handle presently, please email webinar@ugos.com, and we'll be glad to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you will have a fantastic day. Stay blessed. Thank you.